Hey, Robin and Kim here for your Wellness Wednesday Health Chat. Today we are talking about Fail Friday. And Kim's going to go into it and kind of tell you about Fail Friday. And then I'm going to tell you about another day that kind of is the same thing. And I think you all
Yep.
kind of know where we're going here. So
Yep.
go ahead, Kim.
Thank you. Fail Friday was actually started in the UK where they took a poll. I think it was a gym or something. They took a poll of people about kept their New Year's resolutions. They found that the fourth Friday of every January is when people fail to keep their resolution continue or keep it continuing. And so that's how they called it Fail Friday. And so and they also found that only 3% of people kept their resolutions for the full 12 months, which is pretty low.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about another thing that Robin has, but it's interesting because I don't know if you make resolutions. I'm talking to our audience, but Robin and I really don't, and we both pick a word for the year. And I think when you have that word, it just gives you kind of a direction or a compass to kind of follow. My word last year was strong because I was coming back after surgeries. I wanted to get my strength back. And my word this year is actually stronger. So I'm taking the steps to get stronger.
I like it.
And yeah, thank you. And so I'm excited about it because our bodies are amazing things. And when you can actually reshape your body with muscle training, that's pretty huge. So Robin, what's your word for the year? You want to share?
Yeah, last year mine was peace because I was going through shoulder surgeries and I knew that I needed peace because I'm a mover and a shaker. I'm not a layer. And I knew I was going to have to like namaste it. So mine
That's
was
right.
peace and this year is joy because last year was rough. It was rough. I'm not going to lie. Back-to-back shoulder surgeries, no fun. So I want joy this year. And it's funny how you see the word after you say it, or you people say it, or you see people talk about it that you don't even know, and you're like, oh, there's that joy, there's that. Yeah. So
Yeah, very
that's
cool.
mine. Yep. So do you have
So
more on the other?
just how the background where Fail Friday
Okay.
came from, but I know we're going to talk about like some things you can do, like apart from resolutions, or
Right.
if you do want to make changes in your life, like things you can do very simply. And it's kind of like, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So
Yep.
it's like taking one step at a time. And I talk with this with my clients, like just start with one thing that you can stick to for 2 weeks, and then go to the next thing, and just keep adding on, adding on. Pretty soon you've made changes and you're like on a great track. So yeah, and talk about the other date that we were.
And I always feel too, just saying that, like the more you do toward what you want to accomplish, it's a snowball effect. Like you wake up at the end of week one and you're like, oh, I'm feeling better. I'm this, I'm that. Then you're like, I'm going to keep doing this because it feels good, you know? So to me, it's a snowball effect. Um,
Yeah.
as long as you keep it going. Okay. So that was in the UK, but this ties right into it. And Quitter's Day is in the US and worldwide, and that is the second Friday of January. And then Ditch New Year's Resolutions Day is the 17th because people were tired of giving up on it. And so they decided to make a day to just ditch them because they were sick. So I don't think I want you to ditch, like, and I'm not going to say resolutions, but I'm going to say intentions or words because I feel like, no, I don't feel like we all get to aspire to something better, right? Because none of us are perfect and we can always be better. And if not like with what we do, with the way we react to things around us. So I feel like we get to always get better and make improvements. So I think it's really good to make words. And along with Kim's statistics, some of these were like for this Quitter's Day and 1 in 3 people fail at resolutions in the first month.
Mm.
1 of 3. And I think I can attest to that as far as the fitness area, because the parking lot is always packed that first few weeks, but then it's not so packed afterward. And I get kind of sad when it happens, and if my class numbers start to, I see them start to go down because they're giving up on themselves.
Yeah.
And then only 10% keep resolutions throughout the year, and 80% don't stick to them. And Kim said, "What happened to the other percent?" And I said, "I think they don't care. They don't give a crap."
Other
So
10%. Yeah.
for
That's funny.
me, I feel like mindset is everything. If you don't have the right mindset and to stick with it, then that's where we fail. And we all have times where we feel like, okay, this is too much for me. I can't do it. I thought I could do it, but I'm finding that it's just not working. Listen, I've been there. There's things that I do, and I'm like, okay, this isn't working. Like, but I'm not going to give up. I'm going to find another way for it to work, right? Or I'm going to talk to someone and have them help me out, figure out a way for it to help. Um, so I put on my big girl pants and I stop feeling sorry for myself, and I find a way to do it. And I feel like that's what we all get to do, is to do that. You can do anything that you put your mind to. And that's true. It's mind over matter. And I want to
Wow.
offer this book. So if you all have not read this book, this will help you change your whole mindset. Write it down. I'll put it in the comments at the bottom. I got this a long time ago. I never read it. I just read it for a book club that I'm in, and I listened to it actually. And now I'm going to go back and highlight and read, because it will get you out of that funk. Because we're all made to be amazing, and I feel like we
Absolutely.
forget that. We forget that,
Mhm.
and we give up on ourselves.
Well
So
said, Robin. I totally agree with you. We give up, and I had a client, she wanted to give up diet soda. And so she said, I'm not going to drink it for 30 days. And actually by the end of 30 days, her craving was gone. And I thought,
good.
that's a great first step, you know,
Yep.
and it can happen if you create the consistency with the habit,
Hmm.
and then all of a sudden you're like, you start seeing differences, and you start getting the change that you want. So yeah,
Yep.
so thank you. Thanks for sharing that.
And it doesn't happen
Yes,
overnight. It doesn't,
and it doesn't,
anything,
right.
any changes don't happen overnight. Not just fitness and wellness either. I mean, anything that you want to change, it doesn't happen overnight. It
Right.
didn't take overnight to get there, right? So, yeah.
Exactly. I was going to say the same thing. So, but anyway, yeah. So, if you have a word for the year, I would love for you to drop it in our comments. We'd love to
Yeah.
see, what your word is, because I think that's really empowering and something everyone can do, and just say, hey, this is going to be where my focus is this year, and let's see where it takes me. So,
And the more you bring light to it, and if you write it down and you share it with other people, the more it's prone to manifest and to actually happen. So, yep.
yeah. Yeah. So, all right. Well, that's it for our Wellness Wednesday. Thank you for joining us. And we just want you to have fun and live young. And we'll see you next week.
See
Bye
ya.
bye.
Bye.